Hi everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am your educator Arpita Sharma and we are going to decode the Hindu newspaper for today, that is 19th of October 2020. I hope you all are practicing the mains practice questions and the prelims practice questions that I am giving you daily in the newspaper analysis. जो भी questions मैं newspaper analysis के दौरान देती हूँ, I hope आप उनको practice करते हो timely manner में, and if you are not practicing, start practicing it from today. Every day when you read the newspaper, try to solve the questions, pre-questions which is available on Insights also, the Insights website, and also try to solve the mains related questions from those current affairs. For example, अगर हम फाइनेंस कमीशन के ऊपर पढ़ रहे हैं तो आपको उससे रिलेटेड मेंस के क्वेश्चंस प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर से निकाल के सॉल्व करने हैं. Similar thing goes for the other topics, right? Also, you'll get the PDF of this class on my Telegram channel, that is Simplifying UPSC with Ease. The link of the same is given below in the description box. Okay, chalo. Now before starting the class, here's a small announcement for all of you. Now you can get a personal coach and enhance your UPSC CSE preparation. I know that you all are preparing for UPSC and you are unique because you are aspiring to be the future administrators, right? You have a great responsibility on your shoulders. Wouldn't it be great if a personal coach helped you at every step of your journey towards cracking UPSC CSE? It's possible now with an Academy Iconic subscription. With the Iconic subscription, you get one-on-one guidance for your UPSC CSE preparation by an expert. Yes, an expert will be allotted to you who will be making your study planners, personalized study planner, timetable, study booster sessions, high intensity workshops. The expert will be solving your individual doubts also. One individual student will be getting his or her expert on Unacademy Plus. If you haven't yet upgraded your subscription on Unacademy Plus to the Iconic one, this is your chance to upgrade to the Iconic subscription today and enjoy benefits, immense benefits like high intensity workshops, personal doubt clearing sessions, personalized study planning sessions, study booster sessions, motivation, etc. Link is given below in the description box. And you can subscribe to Iconic subscription and even get 10% discount by using the code SHARMA20. राइट, ये कोड अगर आप यूज करते हो तो आपको 10% का डिस्काउंट भी इजीली मिल जाएगा. तो व्हाई यू आर वेटिंग, जल्दी से जाओ और अनअकैडमी प्लस आइकॉनिक सब्सक्रिप्शन ले लो. सो लेट्स बिगिन द क्लास. इंडिया पास्ट कोविड पीक सेज DST panel. So here one thing you need to remember is that in a news, whenever there is any organization or any association, you have to prepare it from the perspective of prelims. Okay? तो जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या जो भी एसोसिएशन न्यूज में होती है, आपको प्रीलिम्स के पर्सपेक्टिव से उसको प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा. जैसे कि DST मतलब डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. तो ये किसके पर्सपेक्टिव से इंपॉर्टेंट है? ये आपके प्रीलिम्स के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. आपको पढ़ना है कब ये एस्टैब्लिश हुई थी. यू हैव टू रिमेंबर व्हेन इट वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड, राइट, एंड व्हाट आर द फंक्शंस ऑफ दिस एसोसिएशन और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इस एसोसिएशन या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के फंक्शंस क्या हैं, आपको वो भी तैयार करने पड़ेंगे, राइट. लेट्स स्टार्ट विदाउट एनी डिले. शुरू करते हैं अपनी क्लास. Now here in this news it says India has passed its COVID peak in September and if current trend continues there will be minimal cases by February. तो मतलब सितंबर में हमने अपना जो पीक था कोविड केसेस का वो पास कर लिया है और फरवरी तक आते आते क्या होगा कि हमारा जो नंबर ऑफ केसेस हैं वो डिक्लाइन होते चले जाएंगे, राइट. ऐसा मानना है इस पर्टिकुलर न्यूज आइटम का, राइट. अब ऐसा माना जा रहा है, it has been said that this particular report has been published by a 7-member expert panel on COVID-19 which was commissioned by Department of Science and Technology. Science and Technology Department has formed this committee which has formulated this report. Now what is DST? DST is Department of Science and Technology which was formed on 3rd May 1971 and similar organization is in the US also which is known as National Science Foundation. We have imitated the same organization in India. जो कि USA में नेशनल साइंस फाउंडेशन है ना, उसी को हमने इंडिया में कॉपी किया है और वो DST है इंडिया में, ठीक है. So what are the functions of DST? It provides funding, it makes policies, it coordinates scientific work with the other countries, and also it empowers the scientists and the scientific institutions in further future research. Clear? तो ये तो बात आ गई आपकी DST की. Now in this news it has also been mentioned that a complete shutdown should be considered only at sub district levels. अगर मान लो shutdown करना भी है केसेस को बैलेंस रखने के लिए, काबू में रखने के लिए, कंट्रोल में रखने के लिए, तो सब डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे शटडाउन्स करने पड़ेंगे. इफ देयर इज अ स्पाइक, इफ देयर इज अ इंक्रीज which can threaten the local healthcare capacity, then in this case we have to implement the shutdown in the sub district level. The modeling study of DST, that is known as COVID-19 in national supermodel, this is very important. It is the result of the analysis by an expert committee of mathematicians and epidemiologists. ओके तो इस रिपोर्ट का नाम क्या है? कोविड-19 इंडिया नेशनल सुपर मॉडल. प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस. इट हैज बीन फॉर्म्ड prepared by the 7-member committee formed by DST. Clear? Now the next important news, that is on page number 1 itself. GST cess will stay, finance panel chief. So here we have to study about GST. पहले तो हम न्यूज पढ़ लेते हैं. GST cess. First let us understand the news. Now the news says that the levy of compensation on GST may have to be extended for quite a few years, perhaps till 2025 to 26, to pay off the state's GST dues. As we all know, because of the implementation of GST, if there are any losses to the states, then the center has to pay the compensation, which is known as GST compensation. Now, because center was unable to pay the complete GST compensation to the states, that is why the levy of compensation on GST will be extended for a few more years. क्योंकि जितना compensation पे करना था पिछले 4 साल में, उतना पे नहीं कर पाई है सेंटर स्टेट्स को GST लागू करने के लिए. इसलिए सेंटर 2025-26 तक compensation पे करेगी स्टेट्स को. ठीक है? Now here first thing that you need to remember is that what has been mentioned in the second paragraph. Second paragraph में क्या mention किया गया है वो आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा. The second para says that the Commission's report on devolution of funds between center and states for the 5-year period of 2021-22 till 2025-26 will be submitted in the government soon. Now here this paragraph talks about devolution of funds. What is devolution of funds? Devolution of funds is a way through which states get revenue from the center. Devolution मतलब क्या होता है? एक तरीका है ये जिसके थ्रू स्टेट्स को ना सेंटर से रेवेन्यू मिलता है, राइट? फंड मिलता है. So there are different ways in which states can get revenue from the center. First way is through devolution. 41% devolution funds का किया जाता है. Vertical devolution होता है, इसको याद रखना, right? It's a vertical devolution. Clear? Second, scheme related transfers, that is the centrally sponsored scheme CSS, which is mentioned in the union budget. Devolution is extra budgetary, right, over and above the budget. Then finance commission grants, which is again mentioned in the union budget. Other transfers, for example the grants and the loans, right? So this is how the states earn revenue from the center. Now what question can come in mains in GS paper 3? Why is financial devolution a critical factor for success of local governance? Substantiate your response with the help of suitable examples. So this is your mains practice question for your homework, as your homework. ये आपका homework का practice question है, ठीक है? तो आप समझ लेते हैं स्टेट डेवलप्ड लोन्स को. जब हम कॉम्पनसेशन की बात कर रहे थे कि सेंटर कॉम्पनसेशन देने के लिए स्टेट्स को कह रहा है कि आप बोरो कर लो. वी स्टडीड few days back ना that center was advising states to borrow money, right, because the center was unable to pay compensation to the states. So what is state developed loans? These are dated securities which are issued by states. Now I have highlighted this. Why? Because in prelims they can confuse you. Prelims में आपको क्या करेंगे? Confuse कर देंगे. They will say these are dated securities or non-dated securities issued by center. That is wrong. These are dated securities, timely securities which are issued by the states. States issue करती है इन्हें for meeting the market borrowing needs. Okay. Now SDL securities are credible collaterals. Collateral मतलब आप गिरवी रखते हो ना, तो वो collateral हो जाता है. So these are credible collateral for meeting SLR requirements, statutory liquidity ratio requirements of banks, as well as for availing the liquidity under RBI's LAF including the repo. And always remember this point for prelims: higher the fiscal strength, lower the interest rate or yield it pays for the SDL borrowings. Okay. And also the GST compensation to states act 2017 is also very important because this is the act under which the states are guaranteed compensation. इस act के through ही states को guarantee किया जाता है कि center आपको compensation देगी for revenue loss for implementation of GST for the period of 5 years. 2017 से 22 तक जो आपने GST levy किया है अपने state में, उसके कारण आपको अगर कुछ revenue loss हुआ है तो उसके प्रति आपको center compensate करेगी, which is mentioned in GST act. Okay. Another important point for prelims is GST Council, which is a constitutional body under Article 279A introduced by 101st Amendment Act of 2016 for making recommendations to union and state government on issues related to GST. Now this council is chaired by Union Finance Minister, and this council, GST Council, is a symbol of cooperative federalism where both center and state are working together harmoniously, right? So this is very important point. Now the next news again on page number 1 is regarding GS paper 3, Environment and Ecology and Biodiversity. Celebrating ZSI list 62 species in India. Again, this is very important. So this particular news is talking about a publication which has been recently released by Zoological Survey of India. Zoological Survey of India, जिसको हम ZSI भी बोलते हैं, उन्होंने एक publication release करी है जिसका नाम है Skinks of India. The name of the publication is Skinks of India. Now what are skinks? These are the largest family of lizards. छिपकलियों की बहुत ही largest, बहुत बड़ी family होती है ये. But in India their occurrence is less than 4% of the global diversity. इंडिया में 4% से भी कम में ये पाई जाती हैं. Now India is home to 62 species of skinks, which is about 57% of these being endemic. Endemic means which originate in India only. इसमें से 62 species में से सिर्फ 33 हैं जो इंडिया की ही हैं, बाकी बाहर की हैं. राइट, क्लियर? इतनी बात सबको समझ आ गई? एंडेमिक है मतलब इंडिया में ही ओरिजिनेट करती है, इंडिया में ही रहती हैं. Now these skinks, they have long bodies. यहाँ पर मैंने मार्क किया हुआ है. These skinks, they have long bodies. They have very small legs, no pronounced neck and glossy scales. Neck तो होता ही नहीं है इनमें. Scales बहुत glossy होते हैं, shining होते हैं. कभी-कभी इनके पैर होते भी नहीं हैं. Right? Now these skinks actively forage for a variety of insects and small invertebrates, and they have a prominent role in maintaining the ecosystem. Ecosystem को maintain करने में इनका बहुत ही अच्छा खासा योगदान होता है. Second paragraph over here. Right? So these are common reptiles. ये skinks होते क्या हैं? ये common reptiles होते हैं. Please इस चीज को लिख लो आप. ठीक है? These skinks are common reptiles. ठीक है? And they are found in all kind of habitats across the country in every biogeographic zone. Right? Almost हर biogeographic zone में ये skinks पाए जाते हैं. तो ये भी आपको याद रखना है. You also have to remember this. Now what is biogeography? ये biogeography क्या है? This question can come in prelims also. So biogeography deals with geographical distribution of plants and animals. And the biogeographic zones of India include the following, that is the Indian desert, Trans-Himalayas, Western Ghats, Himalayas, Deccan Peninsula, semi-arid areas, coast, Gangetic plains, islands and northeastern India. So these are the different biogeographic zones which are available or which are present in India. You have to make a note of it for prelims. आपको prelims के लिए ना इसका एक छोटा सा note बनाना पड़ेगा. The next important news is very relevant for GS paper 2, Polity and Governance. Jagan's letter and affront to judiciary. So Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy's letter to the Chief Justice of India complaining about the functioning of a few judges has been there in the news. अब ये जो न्यूज है ना, ये आपकी 18th अक्टूबर को भी कवर हुई थी. दिस न्यूज वाज आल्सो प्रेजेंट इन द न्यूज़पेपर ऑन 18th अक्टूबर 2020 अंडर द टाइटल जगन वर्सेस जजेस. ये शायद एडिटोरियल में था, राइट? तो ये बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है जीएस पेपर 2 में, विच रेजेस अ क्वेश्चन ऑन द क्रेडिबिलिटी ऑफ द जजेस. सो ओवर हियर फॉर्मर सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज वी गोपाला गौड़ा हैज डिस्क्राइब्ड दिस लेटर written by Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy to Chief Justice of India as an affront to a vibrant judiciary. What do you mean by affront? अब इसका मतलब समझ गए तो पूरा टॉपिक समझ आ जाएगा. Affront का मतलब क्या होता है? इसका मतलब होता है एक्शन और रिमार्क that causes outrage और offense. ऐसा एक्शन, ऐसा रिमार्क जिससे ऑफेंस, कोई ऑफेंडेड फील करे, राइट? उसको हम एफ्रंट बोलते हैं. एंड फॉर्मर सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज इज सेइंग दैट दिस लेटर रिटन बाय द चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ आंध्र प्रदेश इज एन एफ्रंट टू वाइब्रेंट जुडिशरी. ये जुडिशरी का अपमान करने जैसा है, राइट? सो द फॉर्मर सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज आर्ग्यूज अगेंस्ट द मैनर ऑफ द रिलीज ऑफ दिस लेटर. जिस तरीके से इस लेटर को रिलीज किया गया है ना, उसको लेकर हमारे फॉर्मर सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज को थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम है, राइट? अब इस पैराग्राफ में अगर आप देखोगे तो इट इज वेरी क्लियरली मेंशन्ड दैट द पब्लिक डिस्क्लोजर ऑफ द लेटर कुड हैव कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड द डिग्निटी एंड इंडिपेंडेंस and majesty of the top court and Andhra Pradesh High Court. This was conveyed by the former Supreme Court Judge V. Gopala Gowda. The former Supreme Court judge also feels that the manner of the letter's release at a press conference could amount to scandalizing the judiciary. Right? एक press conference में इस paragraph में आपको दिखेगा the manner of letters released at a press conference was colored by severe impropriety. It could also mean scandalizing the judiciary, sensationalizing the matter which could have been solved internally. Right? So here two articles have been highlighted. इस particular news में दो articles highlighted है. Article 121 and the second article that has been highlighted is Article 211 of the Indian Constitution, right, which expressly, write it down, which expressly bar Parliament or restrict Parliament and the state legislatures to discuss the conduct of any judge. So this has been highlighted in this news. इस news में ये topic highlight किया गया है. Now the one question that arises in my head is, what if the judge is literally being biased or literally is not delivering his or her duty or responsibility in a just manner? Should we not have the right to discuss it? But yes, obviously we should discuss it within the members first, and if the solution is coming out by discussions, that is good. But if the solution is not coming out, we need the media also to interfere so that people can also be aware of the conduct of the judges, right? So this is the entire topic. The next important topic is post-lockdown rights of domestic workers in focus. So because of the domestic workers who have to face denial of salaries, loss of employment during the lockdown, which had resulted in an economic crisis among this vulnerable section, there have also been reports of harassment by employers and resident welfare associations. So this has brought into light the need to protect the rights of domestic workers. Some of the major measures in this direction could involve minimum cash transfer, right? Universal registration of employers and workers, urban employment guarantee scheme, strengthening of local committees where workers can complain about sexual harassment at workplace. The government could also consider the inclusion of domestic workers under the Social Security Code, that is SSC, Social Security Code. Right now, the domestic workers are not included in it. So government can focus on the inclusion of domestic workers under this code and a comprehensive legislation for the domestic workers. Now let's answer a prelims related question. Which of the following African countries share borders with the Indian Ocean? Tanzania, Botswana, Zimbabwe or Mozambique? You have to select the correct answer code. The correct answer to this question is C, that is 1 and 4, Tanzania and Mozambique. Now the second question, consider the following statements regarding coal bed methane, that is CBM. Coal bed methane is an unconventional form of natural gas found in coal deposits or coal seams. India has the largest coal reserves in the world, and CBM has been looked at as a clean alternative fuel. CBM cannot be used as feedstock for fertilizers. Which statement is correct? Correct answer to this question is D. That is statement 2 and 3 are correct. So इधर पूछा गया था कौन सा statement incorrect है, ठीक है? तो correct option will be D. That is statement 2 and 3 are incorrect. ठीक है, तो correct option आपका हो जाएगा D. Statement 2 और 3 incorrect है, statement 1 बिल्कुल correct है. ठीक है, तो ये दोनों statements हैं आपकी false and ये statement है आपकी true. India has largest coal reserves? No, India has 5th largest coal reserves. ठीक है, ये बात समझ आ गई सबको? So this was today's Hindu news analysis. I hope you enjoyed today's session. अगर आपको session अच्छा लगा हो तो do not forget to like the video, share it with other aspirants and also subscribe to this channel. Thank you.